up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. World inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun of 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold. Bang roll, on the go. Ice wall, ice wall, ice wall.
Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and my only know it take time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate
Hit
now.
for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Hit for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Aim off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good, happy. Today is Tuesday. Let's see what we got going on in the markets. Obviously gold moving here in front of us. Pretty early move compared to yesterday. today's a little bit interesting. Obviously, we're more bullish than bearish here, but we do actually have a mixed bias session today. So it is actually 4-hour candle closing bearish. So I wonder if this will be a liquidity grab for it to flip. And I would actually consider below 55 some sells, believe it or not. If this is going to be a top. I've seen this happen, especially in early move. It's a little bit fishy. As long as we hold 55 today, I'm going to be a buyer looking for buys. Very simple for me. Buys above 60 at this point probably going to be more likely. I would love to see this 15-minute candle close bearish, and then the next one close bullish above. Give me the buys. If not, we create structure and I can look for some sells. So let's have a quick look at the calendar here as well. Bank holiday in Japan, not going to affect us. Wow, so we have a lot. 11:30. Okay, this is a PMI day. Damn. But that's not till after. French is 11:15. Okay, fine. So for DAX, if we want to move, we kind of want it before London open. So pre-London move for DAX is what we want. Post-London, it's a bit tight here. French, German, then Flash, then GBP. We have Powell speaking tonight as well. That's interesting, actually. I don't think that was scheduled yesterday for Powell to speak tonight, but we do have Powell speaking tonight. So that's after New York session. So actually pretty hectic day, actually. We have quite a lot on the calendar today. Powell speaking. We have another Fed member speaking. We have Trump speaking as well at 5:50, guys. Remember, that is basically 20 minutes after New York Stock Exchange open. Really keep an eye on the calendar today. Trump is speaking. Powell is speaking. Man, actually today is hectic. With Trump speaking, Powell speaking, and all the PMIs. So you really need to have an eye on the calendar, because New York Stock Exchange open is what time, guys? 5:30. Right? 15 minutes after that, what do we have? Flash PMIs. 5 minutes after that, we have Trump speaking. Then at the night, then we have a little bit of a break, and then we see Powell speaking. So that is basically what we're looking. So just keep an eye on the calendar. Trading between here is totally fine. Pre-London right now is going to be good as well. So let's see what ends up happening on the charts. We are getting some sort of a pullback right now. Did this previous 15 close above here? Yeah, just slightly. We can adjust to here. So we want this 15 to close bearish and next one above. That would be the move we're looking for. If we close below 55, I wonder if it's ready to rip a sell. I kind of want 5-minute change of structure first. We haven't grabbed any liquidity as well. I would love there to be liquidity grab towards the upside. We've grabbed liquidity towards the downside today. I actually made my most recent video is about that. So if you guys are confused, you need to watch it. That's why I post them. So it'd be nice to see liquidity grab from the upside first before we get a downside move. Otherwise, still a little bit more bullish. Moving on to DAX. We can see here that previous daily has closed rejection wick bearish, coming from our previous 4-hour support. Closed pretty deep, pretty big rejection here. Pretty deep closure. Now we're retesting previous range at the moment. That seems to be what we're doing. So we can actually clone this exact line here. What's this, all this BS? No, thank you. And we can come back into, take this one here like that. We have a 4-hour support here. So today bias is going to be a mixed session bias here. Actually technically bearish. You know, I'm considering it mixed to be honest, but technically we're bearish, but with the double rejection wick I consider it mixed. Because the sells don't really, you know, the sells are a bit tough as well here without previous range. So buy opportunities for DAX is going to be pullbacks, leaving the range we can take buys, or retest the range as well for buys. Now buys above this, it's a small range. See how it looks on 5. Not really tradable. It is a little bit tradable on 5. Needs some volume to push through, but that could be an idea as a breakout trade. So have a look at it on broker here as well. Let's delete these lines. See the 15-minute here. Yeah, it is clean on broker, so that's good. Just gonna put a line on broker because it's not been very accurate. So it looks on 5, yeah. Spread looks to be okay today. We're not seeing that spread jump. We'll watch it for a little bit here, just to see how it's reacting here. Because yesterday we were having some spread jumps. So we'll just watch it here as the last 5 minutes into Frankfurt Open. And that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Hopefully everything is clear. If you did enjoy the analysis, leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. 100 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. Let's try to get 100 likes for 100 of us in here. I know it's unlikely, but let's try it. So you know the YouTube business. Hate to say it, but part of the game. Do the YouTube business. Let's see what ends up happening. See if we can catch. Took setup 1 this morning. Any feedback? Let's have a look, man. What is this on? This was on gold on the 5 minute here. Yeah, 5 minutes a little bit tough, you know, that early, and you're not going break of high. So you're breaking a little bit of rules here because you didn't go break of high. That's a must, man. That's a must. It's such a basic thing, and it saves you a lot of hassle, because if this never broke the high, then you would end up it coming back in the range like it threatened it did. Luckily, this next candle had some volume, right? So that's the second thing. This 15-minute would always be better. See how 30-minute, yeah, you were buying against a 30-minute bearish candle and a 1 hour bearish candle at resistance. 5-minute long term not going to be enough in that spot unless you're trading high volume like New York session. But in a pre-session environment, minimum you go on this 15 close here, minimum. Because remember, you're buying against a 1 hour bearish candle and you're buying against a 2 30-minute bearish candles here. That could easily just grab liquidity, flip, come to the bottom of the range, then we buy during London. Long term, right? And you get the same entry just a little bit later if you use the 15, but you have all the confirmation now. Now you're not buying against tough candles. You know? You're buying on a 30-minute bullish close above as well, right? Do you plan to take a trade until the news? I'll take a trade before the news. The news is not for a while though. We have to, and the news is only gonna affect what's this called? European pairs. So gonna be something like DAX. So spread, look, see, you see the difference today, guys. Monday, first day of the week, a little bit lower volume before the session really came. Liquidity providers being a bit nasty. Today, look at the spreads. We are pre-session, not even a Frankfurt Open, and we're seeing it be very nice and clean today. So it's very important to take notes of that, because I see it happen all the time. People get confused why they're stopped out or whatever, and they don't really notice those details. How do you decide the stop loss? Depends on the trade entry we're doing. My setups are called setup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So based on those is where I place my stop loss, normally below candles or below structure is kind of the idea, right? If you're going to make a blanket statement, the blanket statement is going to be below candles or below structure. Do you trade NY session in the exclusive daily? Yep, we have NY session daily. I'm putting my analysis every day. I'm sending feedback every day. And then there's a live trading floor every single day for the members to hop in. Chill, music is playing. They can mute the music if you don't want to listen to music, and it's like a workroom. It's a live trading floor, right? Don't have to say anything. You can if you do want to. Every Wednesday, I'm in there as well. So here we're seeing spread just widen before the open, which is very normal. We are getting a close below 55 here on gold, but no 5-minute structure, eh? No 5-minute structure. 1 hour time frame will close rejection. 30-minute. I don't know how much I trust this sell here. No bottom wick as well is very dangerous. Yeah, that breaks my rule. I needed a bottom wick there. Unless now we can create 5-minute structure, then it's going to be tough to take these sells, because we're still bullish on higher time frame. We have to remember that. We have to remember on higher time frame we're still bullish. So we don't want to be in a rush to take a sell. We want to have proper confirmation for sells. So what is our proper confirmation going to be? Well, if we could get some 5-minute structure would be great. Otherwise, we're just playing it a little bit risky, which is fine if you want to do, but I'm really not looking to give back any profit, right? For any silly reason. We have the whole week ahead. It's only the second day of the week. Second day of the week. We don't need to go and try anything stupid. It's very tight. Too many wick rejections, man. I don't like this. Very tight. You know? Especially that we've tested target here. It can work here, but it's one of those trades that's going to be lower probability. But if you take it, there are some probabilities. If it was bullish bias, would help a lot, right? In that scenario. Remember, today's JPY bank holiday as well, so could be a little bit lower volume on that pair. Normally, GBP JPY is not a problem during bank holiday because the GBP is impacted. Do you know if FTMO still looks at the daily equity? Like if I'm a trade, go 5% into positive and it comes back to break even, does that break 5 rule? No, it shouldn't do. But anyways, you shouldn't be doing that anyways. See, no 1 minute pullbacks as well. Have to be careful on this downside move. Can retrace any time here. Like it can even come to here and then start to retrace 49, 900. Remember, we have key level 50 here as well. And to get your 1-to-1 would be, if you took it directly on, that's why we don't have a bottom wick, so you give it a little gap. 53, stop loss here is 60. Ooh, so you'd have to run an aggressive stop loss to get your 1-to-1. Just above the 5. That's why we want the 5 minute structure now. So if this comes up, make structure, break structure, boom, we can look for something. When will the podcast be coming out? Message Wayond. Ask them when they want to launch it. They haven't told me. Maybe, probably, I would assume next week, if I had to guess. So we'll see if structure is created from here and we get a tight close, we could actually buy towards 60. No need to buy above 60. Towards 60 is fine. GJ been looking terrible recently. I think recently is being too kind, man. In general, DJ has not been the best. Recently is being too kind. Let's see it today. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. I don't understand why people still trade it. It's like they're hoping to catch the good move. The amount of probabilities, you know, the amount of probability, you just don't get good. I mean, it's like they're just hoping to be part of this. Like it's a 1 in a 50, like the rest of the time it's bullshit. Most of the time you're at the chart, you're going to get bullshit on GJ. It tries to break out, it doesn't work. Now look at it. You know, you just have to leave it. It will come back in the future, but just, I mean, look at gold. Why not trade gold? You know, it's so much easier to make money in something like this. Like, you know, don't be scared. Don't be scared to change your pairs if you have to, right? Like, I will go back to trading GJ at some point. And that point is going to be when Bank of Japan pivot. As soon as they pivot, that's going to be the time. What would you say for this month price action rate is out of 10? Depends on the pair, right? I mean, if we were to look at GJ price action out of 10, I put it at 3. Gold price action out of 10, I put it around 8. You know, it's easy breakouts. Sometimes it's impulsive, but that's just like, you know, as long as there's volume. For gold, yeah, it's good. 8, 7, 8. A lot of opportunities in gold recently. A lot of opportunity. I mean, last week there was like 3 opportunities easy. I missed 2 of them because we were looking at other pairs, but you know, that doesn't make the price action score lower. That's just my own problem. How did you deal with hesitation when you first started? I reduced risk to where I couldn't even hesitate with that amount of risk. So if I felt like hesitating, I would just put 0.01 just to get in the position. You know? Because the only reason you hesitate is because you're scared of the loss. That is actually the only reason. There's no other reason to hesitate. Right? You're either scared of the loss or you haven't planned. Right? You haven't planned. If you haven't planned, then yeah, that's something you need to do, right? Because you're hesitating because you're like, oh, is it correct? Oh, what about this? What about that? Then you start thinking about things and then you miss the trade. That causes hesitation. So it's one or the other. Your bias for gold is bearish? No. I'm more bullish than bearish, but since we have 4-hour closing bearish, we can actually open the door to some sort of sells today. GG is like your wife, boring. Gold is like your side chick, impulsive and crazy. No, gold is like your side chick who... yeah, it's worse. We won't get into that. I'm scared to sell gold. Well, you might not have to because gold will trend up. The point is, if gold shows us it stopped trending up, that'll be something different. And then we can maybe look to capitalize off that. Otherwise, yeah, we should be bullish. First week of this month was bad, but last week was good. First week wasn't too bad, actually. It was just that FOMC week was good in the beginning, first day, and then got shaky as we got closer towards it. A little bit crazy as well, impulsive. But hey, that was a big week. A lot of the market participants were waiting for that week. Hi, where's Moritz? Long time not see him. He's in Thailand, bro. He can't show up. He has work. So he shows up when he can, when he has a day off and stuff. New York sessions, you'll find him a lot more, though. When we do our New York lives and stuff, he'll be there. Hi, I need your opinion. I'm 1% away from passing my funded. Should I risk 1% or go less and grind my way up? I mean, both are valid, but my point is you don't want to start trading scared. So think of it this way. Think of it that both ways you're going to learn. So if you start losing now and you're 1%, then you were never going to pass phase 2, or you're never gonna make money in the future because you're just a losing trader anyways. So if you just think like that with that mindset that everything's the same and you don't have a 1% target, your target is just to trade profitably, you will pass anyways. When you start thinking you need to reach a target, that's where you start to trade scared, you start to hesitate, you start to take bad positions because you're close, it messes you up. If you trade the same way you've been trading to get to this point, regardless if you lose the next trade, regardless if you win the next trade, it won't matter because you're not trading towards that target. Subconsciously, that target will be there, But in practicality, if you were going to make money in this game anyways, then you should continue to be profitable. So regardless, if you lose money, you should be able to make it back and continue. So both ways, it's going to be a benefit for you to just continue what you're doing. Even if it takes a little bit longer, all you're doing is making your skill even stronger, because then we can work towards payouts. Because let's say you pass your account, but then you start losing, it's not going to be the best idea, right? It was never going to help you. You're just back to square one. So think of it now, you have so much cushioning, right? There's nothing to worry about. Yeah, I know you want things fast and I want things fast too, but sometimes it just doesn't work like that in life. So the worst thing you can do is try to force something. That's where everything goes wrong. I mean, I did that when I was trying, when I went to pass that a funded account challenge for futures. The first futures account, I full margined it. I was also $40 away from passing the account, right? I was $40 away from passing the account. I risked 40, I lost that. I risked 80, I lost that. Then I kept doubling risk until I blew it, Then I actually went a little bit more to be like, look, if I get a negative risk to reward trade, then I should be able to win. And it just didn't work like that. Why? Because of impatience. Imagine I was $40 away, waited the next day for another trade, took it and passed. The fact was I was just full margining. I'm like, hey, let me try pass this account in 3 days. Then I said, look, this is not me, right? So what did I do with the next account? The next account, I just traded it the normal way I trade. Yeah, I risked maybe 2%, right? Because I'm confident with risking 2%, and it's not crazy over risk. I'm not full margining. And then it passed in about almost 2 weeks, a little bit less. So to be honest, it's much better like that. Can you show me your 4-hour closing bearish? Yeah, on this broker it closed bearish here. I would like to inquire about that morning gold option. I was looking at it, but the absence of structure made me put me off. In that scenario, what would you do? Well, in that scenario, your stop loss would be back inside and below the 4 hours, so you have enough level of protection. But yeah, it makes sense to put you off, because you would run stop loss somewhere here like this, so you have all of this above to protect, and you potentially have to hold through a pullback. Your streams are so chill, no crowd jams, just spamming, feels like a team. Yes sir, make sure you leave a like, get the stream running. Only 82 likes. Have you taken a trade yet? Not just yet. We showed up about 20 minutes ago. Why aren't you taking a sell? Because of the points we spoke about, right? We spoke about the points where we talked about it's not ready for a sell till we have structure. So we created the structure. If we start to leave this structural here, it can open us the door to take sells. If we respect this structure now, that opens the doors to continue this buying pressure here, and we start to take buys. So we'll see, especially if this 15 closes above 55, even giving us more probabilities for those buys to continue. Even though I'm an ICT trader, I love your streams. They're so chill. Well, I'm surprised you're still here after the stuff I say about those traders. What about the no wick, brother? I've seen you taking trades without bottom or top wick. Means I have them on broker. The only time I will take a trade without a bottom or top wick is basically never. That's why I'm not in this sell here. But the only time I'll allow myself, if I have a, let's say it was a 1 minute time frame or it was a 5 minute time frame. If I have a 5 minute time frame, no bottom wick, but the 30 minute, the 1 hour, and my trade is based off the 30 minute, 1 hour and everything, then I will take it because it's like such a small factor. But if it's just like, let's say I'm looking for a 15 minute close above here, and this 15 minute like now doesn't have a bottom wick, it's not good for me. Yesterday I was busy, so you won big on gold. Congrats. It was not bad. Nice push we got thanks to the volume. Maybe we get another breakout today, or it could be start of the fake out. We'll see. Hi, have you ever dabbled into checking futures chart for structure since the Forex charts moves the future charts that makes? For structures and overall analysis, yeah, there's no harm. But for actual entries, it's better to stick to one or the other. So if you're trading futures on that pair, enter based off the futures chart. If you're trading CFDs, enter based on your CFD chart. Otherwise, you're going to confuse yourself a lot. Real fund or prop firm, let's say I have $500. Keep the $500 in your pocket and learn the skill. Learn the skill. If you're going to invest money, invest into helping yourself learn the skill. Whether that's from saving your money, earning more money. So while you learn the skill, earn more money so you have a savings. Then after you have a savings, start on demo is no problem, right? You can also use multiple things to help you get to where you want to be faster. If you want to invest in yourself, in education, you can also visit there. If you are against that, then of course, save your money, you know, and take the long route around. Discover what you want to learn. Stick to one strategy, right? But what's very important is going to be to not deposit money until you have the skill. No, we don't have a close above 55, Batman. Until we have close above 55, it will be better. Remember, and we also hit target today. Target was this 15-minute resistance. We are there. We are there at the 15-minute resistance. So remember about the market positioning video. Where are we in market positioning for today? Remember that triangle? Where are we in the triangle right now? Are we trading in a good zone? We're actually in the prime zone for sells, but we're not in a prime zone for buys. If we were going to look for buys from this zone, we probably want to just leave this range to make sure that price can make a new high today. After learning what's next, let's say I have the skill and all, should I go for a prop firm or deposit the 500? Next, I recommend deposit maybe around 100. Deposit 100, risk $1 to $2. And then start to trade with a bit of emotion. Maybe risk $5 if you're comfortable about it. Once you make money, try to take that $100, make, you know, if you're risking $5, you can make 50% on that account pretty easily. 10 winning trades, you'll make $50. Now, once you see that consistency, you either continue trading like that till you really feel confident, right? Then you take a challenge to get access to more funding, right? Then you have both, right? So you've proven yourself, you've made money at the same time, and you've not lost a lot of money. A best way I would recommend, and why we created it, is go and either do a demo prop challenge, but that takes time because you have to do it on demo and trade every single day, and it's not giving you the emotion. I would recommend on our software, Pip Labs, which is our backtesting software, we created a prop firm simulator. So prop firms obviously want you to fail. So you can simulate passing a prop firm challenge in just like a couple of hours even. You could finish that. And then you see your results just to have some practice, and all within budget as well. So you can really set yourself up for the best chance to win. And if you lose, that is fine. Don't be ashamed about that. Got break even previous? Yeah, I agree with that, man. Go break even there. It's a good setup. Stop loss. Make sure that I'm assuming, and you have to correct, this is a 15, so I'm assuming there's even 5-minute structure here, let alone 1-minute structure. So I don't mind it. It's a good stop loss. Beautiful top wick on next candle here. Unlucky you didn't get the volume to push through, but sometimes you're trying to do that, right? We're trying to get the push through, and if it doesn't, just get out break even. So that's fine. You know, honestly, this should be our target anyways. Oops, wrong drawing tool. That should be your target anyways, which is the lows here. You know, even if this lost, man, I won't really have much to say about this. If this lost, I won't, yeah, it's still a valid trade. Because we even broke structure here. If you were trading without a break of structure, then that would be my feedback if this trade lost. But since this trade, if this trade went a little bit in profit, then rejected, my only feedback would be, is this, oh, again, I'm using the wrong drawing tool. My only feedback would be, is this a 5-minute support down here, right? Sometimes you can have a 5-minute support down here, and then maybe, you know, based on what the chart is doing, you could have a chance to manage, but you won't always get a chance. So sometimes just accept those losses. It happens. It's not a big deal. You know, you never be 100% perfect. DAX Wickfield, let's have a look at what DAX is doing. Yeah, we're getting back above the range here on DAX. 5-minute time frame, no structure. I would love to see some sort of structure here. We do have this 15-minute resistance we're rejecting at the moment. We're going to double check that on broker. Let's have a look on broker. Yeah, so we have a bit of these 5s on broker. 15 is higher on broker though, which is nicer, but it seems like we're creating that 5-minute structure. Let's see if it's rejecting exactly off this 5-minute resistance right here. So we actually closed above. So this is actually valid now. So we just need structure. That's about it. Interesting one here. 1 minute also trying to create structure. This is actually an interesting situation we have here going on, because on this broker we're at resistance rejecting it. My broker has no resistance and we have no 5-minute structure. So if this forms a thunderstorm, this is where we have a balance of and the best of both worlds, right? Best of both worlds. I'm considering today mixed, man. Ideally we close bearish, next one closed above. That would be ideal scenario. But otherwise, we could look for thunderstorms in this scenario just to give us that extra confirmation that we want to leave. Even though I don't have this 15-minute resistance on broker, it has it on this broker and we are rejecting it. So it's pretty nice. Luckily, nothing broke high. So even if this was valid, you would have never been triggered. So we'll see how it forms. Any thought on break of high? I still prefer structure. Do you use higher risk on your prop firm accounts? No, I don't actually. But to pass them, I did use a 2% risk to pass. So a little bit higher to pass. But once I'm funded, I actually risk 0.5 I'm risking on my funded account now. Just to get a balance running. I'm up about 1.2, 1.3%. And I'm going to run it probably to 5% profit. Once I run it to 5, because with this prop firm account, once you withdraw, that whatever's remaining left in your account is your buffer. So if I made $1,000, right, and my account was at 50K and now it's at 51K, if my account goes back to 50K, I lose the account. So I'm better to make, 5%. Maybe like $2K, withdraw dollar and always keep $1,000 as buffer. Always keep $1,000 as buffer. What do you think of this 30-minute buys took on gold to secure? Yeah, we discussed, this one from down here. Very early, probably want to put stops below this wick because that's your last rejection low when you're taking a trade this early. And I prefer you go break of this high instead of this high. So we're clearing the high because if you think about it, this candle has basically not done much for you. This candle has closed back inside of this big candle here. So it's will just range in this candle until it wants to break the high or break the low. So you could have got this and then it continues up if it wants to be nasty. So this is safer because you can't rely on volume at that time. Right, it's not always going to come. As a setup, it's perfect. But when we don't rely on volume, we just adjust our stop loss a little bit to give us some room. Because we can't predict the next candle. Today, it worked out perfect because we had beautiful volume today. Sell potential for USD JPY. Yeah, just be careful of this previous range. You probably want to be selling below this previous range here. This is going to be a very important spot to probably sell below. Right, you don't notice it until you go on the higher time frame. That's where your sells will come. Watch this area. It's a little bit messy. Why will you lose the account after withdrawal? Well, think about it this way. I'm going to repeat it again. This is only for futures top step accounts, how it works. Say I start my account at 50K, right? I'm funded 50K. I make 1%. Okay. my okay, let's say 2%. I make 2%. That 2% is $1,000. I withdraw half of that $1,000 because you're only allowed to withdraw half of your profits. So half of that dollars, I withdraw $500. But now, since I made 1,000, the $500 that I made, if I lose that, I'm done. Account is going to be invalid now. So what do you have to do? You have to build a bigger buffer. So aim to make $2,000. And that's how they catch you, okay? Because how this works is, yes, top step is easy to pass, 6%, and you get funded. But what happens is your phase 2 basically starts once you're funded, because you need to make another 5% to have a buffer. So all they're doing is changing the way that it works. With FTMO, you don't have that, right? But they make it harder to pass. You need 15% to pass. Mentally, this is a way better thing, but you're going to have a lot less payouts. They're going to have a higher rate of passing and a lower rate of payouts. Both sides of the spectrum, whether you're making it difficult to pass the challenge or difficult to get a payout, you both need to be a good trader in either sense. So when you understand the psychology, behind that, you're just trading to make profit, because you can make $1,000, which in real life is great money for your 50K account, man. If you're pulling $1,000 from a 50K account a month, that is amazing. That is great work, right? But remember, if you withdraw that, essentially all you have is a 1% drawdown limit. 1% drawdown limit with your profit. So it doesn't mean you're a failed trader if you go below the account. All it means is that it's just how their rules are. So a lot of people will fail the account, they'll feel down, they'll feel like things are not working, they'll feel sad about it. But really, you're not a failed trader. You just have to understand how they're running their business. And as long as you are consistent, you take things slowly and you're not in a rush, you'll be able to then build your account to 2K and now withdraw the 1K and still have 2% drawdown limit. And from that 2% drawdown limit, you can start risking 0.5%. Stack accounts. What buffer would you recommend for 150K stop step? I recommend a buffer of 4%. So you have 2% at least to lose. So you make 4%, you withdraw 1%, or withdraw 2% if you're feeling a little bit more confident with your trading. If you're not confident with your trading, then only withdraw 1%. Because that's what matters, guys. That's what matters, is actually getting the payout. Remember, on stuff like Top Step, you are not getting your fee back, right? They do not give you your fee. Something like FTMO, they give you your fee back. So that is considered an expense that you have to make back in terms of market profits to be overall in profits, right? But compared to a FX two-step where to reach a payout, you need to make 8 plus 5 plus 1. Does futures have an advantage here? Not always, because with futures, you can only withdraw 50% of profits, but you get 100% with withdrawal. But with CFDs, you can withdraw any amount you want, 1%, 2%. So actually, they're honestly the same. But the nice thing, I would say, in my opinion, as long as you're a disciplined trader, futures has the slight advantage in prop firms. Why? Entry price is way cheaper. You only need to pay an activation when you pass. So you could allow yourself to fail a little bit more, because that's the most devastating stage, is failing your challenge phase. And the nice thing is, think about it this way. When you pass, right, and you reach to, so on a futures account, there's only one phase. And think about phase 2 in your futures account is you actually trading the funded account. So if phase 1 is 6% and let's say phase 2 is 4%, once you make the 4% profit, you get to be paid at the end of it. In a funded account, you don't get to be paid, right? On a CFD broker. You only get paid once you're funded, then you make profits again. Right? I was speaking to people about this. It is very hard as a funded trader to realize that every single stage, every milestone you reach, you are reset back to zero. You do not get to continue in profits where you were before. Every time as a funded trader, you are reset back to zero. Meaning, if you made 10% in the first 3 months of the year to pass phase 1, and now you take phase 2, and phase 2 you start off with a 5% loss on phase 2, guess what happens? Your psychology is screwed. You think you're a failed trader because you're down 5% on your second phase. But that doesn't matter. As a whole trader, no, you're still up 5% for the year. It's just as a prop firm, it resetted your balance. You should have made 10K. That was your profits to make. That was able to withdraw, but no, you're taking a challenge. And the challenge, it reverses, right? It reverses what? It reverses your progress. Your progress starts from zero every time you pass a phase, right? So you could make 15% to pass a challenge, which is a good return in, let's say, 3 months. That's 5% a month. That's actual realistic good return. You make 15%, you get funded, and then funded you go on a rough patch. That rough patch, you lose 7%. You're still up for the year. You're still doing well. You're still not a failed trader just yet. But what happened? Psychology here sucks because you just got funded and now you're in drawdown. You have to recover your drawdown plus make profit before you can think about a payout. That fucks your mind. It would fuck my mind for sure. I would start to make silly mistakes. Yeah, go ahead.
And Harry, if I can jump in, this is kind of what you were getting at yesterday. I've had a terrible head cold. I'm feeling better today, but I mean, passing the challenge is the cornerstone of everything. After you have the account, that's a whole different, it actually is different. But passing, this is why I spent, and you know, over 6 months taking one FTMO trial challenge after another, because that's how they make money, and it hacks me off. They make a ton of money off of people failing challenges. You buy again, you fail. You buy again, you fail. I refuse, and now I can pass a challenge, not easily, but pretty consistently, because you have to learn things like the floating limit. I mean, you know, as soon as you get up a couple thousand, they move the amount, the daily lit drawdown up. So I mean, you know, I found that out after failing a couple of times. It's just there's a million little things.
But you failed the demo challenges. That's the difference between you and others. Is you didn't pay them money.
And the thing you put into Pip Labs, which I think is very good, is a prop specific challenge, and that saves some time. I did it with the FTMO actual challenges, the practice challenges, over and over and over. It took me 2-3 weeks a month each time. Sometimes some of them I'd blow in a couple days, and then I got better. I got better. And believe me, going into a challenge that you just drop money to, you know, to buy, you drop $500-600 to get it, you know, you want to have a good feeling that you can pass. Well, it helps if you've practiced passing the challenge.
Exactly.
That's an art in and of itself, I will say. Then after that, worry about making money after you pass the challenge. But rule one, man, practice passing the challenge.
Exactly. And that's what I say, like, you're happy to pay $500-600 for a challenge. If you don't, like, some people complain that they don't feel demo is enough for them to do a demo, then pay for a subscription to a Pip Labs, for example, and you're forced to pay. It's only $25, but you're forced to pay. It's going to make you feel like you have to do something and practice. So both ways, it's a very smart way, and long term will save you money, which it has for you. Right? Anyways, let's see this 5-minute close here. I want it a little bit deeper. This type of rejection close ain't gonna do much for me. If we can get a deeper close, we'll be better here. Let's see in 15 seconds how we close. Otherwise, we're just playing in this 1-minute range for now. And we're gonna close back above the range in that case. So we'll see here. So this is a iffy close, man. 16 points here, 9 points to there. Candles are lagging right now. We don't even have a new candle. Look at this, still no new candle, huh? Isn't that interesting? No new candle yet. Whenever I see this, it kind of makes like, oh, there, we finally get new candle. Gap down as well on the new candle. What a decision in this sense here. The bigger the top wick in this scenario, the better it's going to be. We didn't even test previous 1 minute range properly. On here it's tested properly. On here it's a little bit not tested properly. Again, the bigger the top wick here, the better. So we'll keep an eye on this and we'll just be on standby. Yeah, that's what we want to see. So if we can get the bigger the top wick here, we can start to entertain. This could be liquidity for buys. It could do. That's why we want to see the top wick. Because why should price right now open no bottom wick, do all this drama, and flip and break the lows? There should be no chance. If it flips and breaks the lows now, we should have a higher % chance to go down. So that's what I'm going to be looking for now. Is now if it flips and breaks the low, right? We're going to see. If this closes bullish, then it's a different story, right? If this closes bullish, it's a different story. Then we just look for the buys above the highs here. Make it nice and simple. Close above here, we can take buys. Keep it nice and simple. How's gold doing here? We want to keep an eye on that as well. Gold is just consolidate. So gold is in an amazing spot right now. We can have, so very simple on gold. Close above buy, close below here. We can also look for sells because mixed bias today. So this is quite a good spot for us, powerful spot to be in, because now we have options for both directions here. DAX is on my left screen here, gold on my right screen, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see how these both pairs form for a potential entry. What I don't like about prop firms is that it takes time for your profits to process and you can't trade while your setups are running. There is nothing you can do but watch and get frustrated. No, there is something you can do, is open a live account. Right? You can open a live account and trade that simultaneously. I liked Instagram posts and commented. Yeah, so there's a giveaway. Remember I told you guys yesterday on my Instagram right now. If you go to my Instagram, leave a like and comment on my most recent post, and you can win 1 month free in Tradesharpe exclusive plus 1 month free of Pip Labs full version. All you have to do is leave a like on this post here. Only 62 people have entered so far. Follow me on Instagram, of course, and that's it. So good luck. Hopefully someone who wins really wants it. All you have to do is just like and comment. Super, just put a fire emoji, anything. Very simple. That's it. You know, no rocket science. So yeah, we'll see how many people join. Can we take gold on 5 minute? Doesn't follow my rules, no. If you want to take it, you can. Turbo S? No, that's my GT3, not the Turbo S. So we're actually getting the close potentially above here, and this is going to close in about 10 seconds. So this might close above here. We do have a gap candle here. So if it closes above the red line, break of high is valid. Okay, so it closed below here. So we need to wait for the next 5 minutes, which will also be the 15-minute candle. So we're going to keep both charts open because there's potentially two setups happening. One potentially on DAX, one potentially on gold here as well. for sells. Is there a 4-hour resistance on DAX? Yeah, I could be wrong. We'll double check that, man. No, not till up here, but yeah, that will be an issue eventually, yes. Eventually this will be an issue. But not where our entry is. By the time we reach there, we'll be break even at probably this next 5-minute resistance, if I'm being honest. So by the time we reach the next 5-minute resistance, we're about 7 points in profit. Stop loss will be about 12 points. Then when we get to this 4-hour resistance, about 11 points as well. We should be able to push through all of this with volume. Let's go back to gold, see what gold is doing. While you're at it, leave a like on the stream, guys, if you're enjoying, finding some value, some great conversation we've had today, good analysis, good breakdowns. See if we can catch a trade like yesterday. Maybe it breaks out like yesterday, but I don't, you know, we can never say never, but, you know. How many likes we got? 128 likes, 465. Appreciate everyone showing it. A basic question, isn't it better to trade the trend in NY and mean reverting in the London session? No, doesn't work like that. Sometimes NY will actually reverse, right? It all depends. You need to be able to do session analysis. Based on your session analysis, you'll be able to know. Let's see how many people have entered the giveaway so far. Refresh the page. 97, nice, nice. Make sure to leave a like on the post as well. Get the likes to 400. If we get the likes to 400 today, I push this up to 3 giveaways. Just for the hell of it. Have you tried Amana and Equity? Why did you choose IC? What are the factors considered choosing a broker? Their size. More liquidity they have, less issues. If they're a smaller broker, they don't do as big numbers as someone like IC. Who knows, right? But when IC is running $3 trillion, right, in 1 month, I think they did some stupid volume like that. I'm not too worried. You know, spreads are good. Customer support is also fine. You know, all of these factors matter. And also, when I first started in trading, those 2 brokers you mentioned, Equity, Amana, were not around. They didn't even start. But the ones who I'm using today were still there, and they were someone who I've continued to use. Also, instead of transferring full balance, right, I've only used my broker to withdraw, not to keep depositing balance, right? I put a lump sum payment into my broker and then use it to withdraw. It's a headache then to withdraw massive amounts, take it to another broker. You lose some fees in that. When I first deposited, right, around 40K, 50K, I actually lost $1,000 in fees from transfers, believe it or not. So immediately $1,000 drawdown. What about XNES? Have you tried that? I've heard good things. I've heard people are able to instant withdraw. That's what they like about it. Like the minute they ask for the withdrawal, it hits their account 30 seconds later. That's impressive. I don't know how they do that, but literally people told me that they do that. So I think that's impressive. 48 seconds for gold to close here. No 5-minute structure. Wow, wow, wow. Stop loss here about 42 pips. We have the range here. How about 5-minute support? We're going to be below 5-minute support. Let's see if we close below here in 30 seconds and get a top wick. Here, Nigeria XNES is what's been working for us and true immediate withdrawals. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing. So let's see with gold close here. Needs to close below here. It's looking like it's trying to close above last 10 seconds. Wow, what a close. We need to see that on broker. That is tight, man. I mean, it's just below on broker. Here we can consider just below as well. Wow. I can hook you up with a senior management in XNES. I'm a senior business development manager in XNES. Would you be interested in a call? We'll see. I haven't partnered with any brokers. I'm not interested in affiliate unless there is something in it for my community. That is how I operate. Yeah, this is a beautiful top wick. So if we start breaking this low, we should have options for sells. I would go the current candle low, not the current, sorry, this candle low, not this one. Why? Because I feel like this is nothing here. If the 5-minute support was down here, then I would take the lowest low. But I want to use that to fill the wick. Let's go back on DAX and see what DAX is doing. See if DAX wants to close above. How did 15 close on DAX? Not a bad close overall. It's still bullish. But, you know, DAX is kind of dying on volume. And we're getting close to news time on DAX. Gold is ping-ponging at the moment. Up, down, up, down. There's always a first time. I assure you that your community along with you both will benefit. There's a win-win ecosystem. Very good. I want to win the exclusive. I mainly watch your content you have there. Nice. Used to be in the exclusives, I remember. Sounds like a sales pitch. Well, he works for them. So obviously he's going to put in a good word, right? He's going to put in a good word. Analysis for DAX potentially buys above my red line. DAX is on the left monitor on my broker. You can see it on MetaTrader. How cool would it be, guys, in the future? Actually, I shouldn't say this live. I'm not going to say this live because maybe someone copies us. But we have some insane ideas. Say it, your scam? No problem, man. I'm sorry I scammed people yesterday and they made a ton of money on stream. Unlucky. Hourly candle next up. That is true, man. 10 minutes-ish. Look at some volume coming into DAX here. We have a close here in 1 minute on DAX for 5. That might be the one. Unless this just rips now at the moment and goes without us, it might be the one that starts to do the business. So we're going to have a look here at DAX actually. Needs to chill last 1 minute though. Pushing a bit deep here, boys, unfortunately. We're getting very close to our 5-minute resistance. We might have to scroll back here and see. Yeah, we're almost at our 5-minute resistance. Depends on the bottom wick, because I doubt we have 1 minute structure here. Yeah, and look at this gap as well. What BS? What type of... That's a massive gap. The volume has been very weird. That's a 2-point gap and ranges are small today. Huh? Ranges are small. Like, look how big this, for us to get a 1-to-1, I want to show you this. For us to get a 1-to-1 right now is 21 points. You want to see how big a 21-point candle is? 66735. Whoa, but that's a juicy bottom wick. Like a 21-point candle is going to be this big. Like, that's a big boy candle. Oh, it's gone as well. I need it bigger, man. It's a tough one, man. New candle open, gap up. Yeah, but good bottom wick. But I was hoping at least one candle bearish for structure. We might still get it. And then re-break of the high. We're ready to go. But we need something, man. We can't just... I mean, I can't. You can take it more aggressively. But remember, we're not trading in full LTA territory here, guys. We're not trading in nice, clean zone here. We actually are at around resistances. You know, so we would start to break rules if we just randomly tried to get in right now. You know, because it's not like if I lose the trade now because it rejects this, I'm going to be upset because I can't argue against the charts and say it was never there. I can't argue and say it was never there. It is there. I can see it. That's why I want to see a nice retest. That retest will give us what? Liquidity. That liquidity will do what? Give us the push. You understand? We're actually starting to get some sort of pullback from that zone. We can start to see it form now. We also have some news coming at around, I think 30 minutes. In 30 minutes. Gold is ping-ponging. Yeah, gold has made a top wick. So if gold does flip, it will be valid, yes. Not flip, but flip and break low. $930 German PMI. Okay, but French actually affects DAX as well. I've seen it give problems to DAX. Would you rather be able to pause time or be invisible? Well, 1 minute ago you asking me about my scam. So imagine I could scam you, but you couldn't see me. Then it would be next level. Take money from your pocket. Take your stuff. Take more things. Scammed and you don't know who it is. So for me, that's going to be way better. Just to come and scam you specifically. If anyone else would ask me, I'd say time. But you, 100% invisible. 100%. You could do it if you pause time, no need to be invisible. True, I can pause time, scam them. Go taking and then come back. Belay, just be speaking facts as well. So you want to be scammed as well. Man, a lot of people here want to be scammed. It's interesting. I thought people are here for good education, but seems like they just want to be scammed. So it's okay. We can start doing that if that's what they want. We can help them out. Alright, so we got some sort of 1 minute structure now. 5 minute time frame will close here in about 1 minute here. We could have a thunderstorm-ish. It's a type of thunderstorm. I would prefer 1 minute close above. We might play some tricky business today because we want something above. So if we can get a 1 minute candle close here, it would kind of give me a little bit more confidence. Also, us being 5 minutes to the open, I'm also lacking a bit of confidence there. And yeah, Prasad even said the same thing. So I agree with that. Pip Labs, I'm interested. My exclusive discount getting today. Let's go, man. See how many people joined. 97 before. Now we've got 110. Good luck to all. Good luck to all. I will select towards the end of the stream because now we're seeing a bit of exciting things. So I want to be locked in on the charts. Unfortunately, giveaways cost me money. They don't earn me money. So I want to be focused on things right now that are earning me money, which is going to be my trades. If giveaways earned me money, yeah, it would be great. I can concentrate on that. Man, 1 minute candle here. 5 minute candle, no bottom wick as well. So be very careful at this. Closing at resistance seems like a TRAP. That's what it seems like to me. It will either do two things here. It will trap everyone or it will just melt everyone's face and you see it go up. So if you want a 50% gamble, you can take the gamble of break of high. That would be a gamble, but it is a 50-50. I prefer to trade more than 50-50s. I prefer to trade something around at least 70% win rate. 55. Yeah, 55 we could take. Technically here we could have 55 because we're more bullish than bearish. So you could argue 55%. Still not enough for me. Harry, how did you train yourself to become focused during sessions? I prepare the plan but lose it during the setup is appearing. That means you're just bored, man. That's why you should have something like a stream running or be part of a community so you're not bored at the charts. I used to be extremely bored at the charts, but alerts was very useful because you could multitask and set alerts, but it just means you're bored. And boring is good. It should be boring because you should be so planned that it's boring. Staring at the charts is boring. Watch candles go up and down. That's why I hate trading by myself, because it's boring. So have people around you, man. You're here on stream. That should help. You know? And then keep alerts. In the meantime, what's this about Dirty Harry on your Instagram? Did I miss something? Oh, man. That is all start kicking off, man. Actually, the comment section of this post is funny. You should see what Daniel commented and you should see my comeback. I can read you my comeback for those who don't have Instagram. That is a well thought comeback. So I got a comment on that post. One of the comments was, it's rented. I replied and said, if it's rented, your girl is next. That's it, man. That's total domination. Dirty Harry was a drink. We went to a lounge and they had a drink on the menu called Dirty Harry. And then Hunter filmed that drink and post me with it, and now everyone is calling me that. It's from the famous film. You guys not watch that film? Dirty Harry. It's a great film. Right, 2 minutes to open here, guys. 2 minutes to open. If the 5 minute can close above here and we break the high, we could have an open trade. Right? We can have an open trade. So what do we need? We need this candle to close above. Next candle to make bottom wick. If the next candle blasts because it's the open, there's nothing we can do about it. Relax, it happens. End of story. Not the end of the world. Plenty more setups. Remember, open setups are 50-50, not in probabilities, but 50-50 will we get a chance to enter. A lot of the time we will not get a chance to enter. So from now, if we close above, my stop loss will basically be where this red line is. If we make a bottom wick first, I will put my stop loss to where this bottom wick is. That's if we do close above here. We do have some time, 1 minute 24 seconds, we'll see. Appreciate everyone showing up to stream. Today not as exciting as yesterday, but we have some things cooking. Yesterday 260 pip trade. That's always exciting, but not every day London session gonna move 260 pips. So you need to get used to trading when it's moving like this. Wait for your setups, be patient. Today being patient has saved us money. We're not getting caught in this gold BS right now. 1 hour will potentially close bullish. If this can flip and close bearish, will help us with probabilities. 30 minutes will more than likely close bearish, but the big one will be, does 30 minute close back in the range or does it close above? The last step here, 15, we don't know how it's going to close. 15, we don't know how it's going to close. So let's keep an eye on DAX here, second monitor. Not second monitor, second screen. 18 seconds, can it close above here? For now, it's looking like it's closing below. Oh, it might close above here. Oh, wow. Last second coming back down now. Here's the open coming down. So we got saved last second by waiting for close. We waited for close, last second close below. Everyone FOMO'd in because they thought they can just get in. Look at them getting absolutely face smacked right now. Destroyed. They're getting destroyed. Literally just took their stop loss now. Probably now if we wait for a close above will be our chance. I wonder if break of high is enough here. Just going break of high. I really wonder if just going break-off higher is enough. 30-minute close above, 1 hour close above as well. All of their stop losses are being absolutely ramaged right now. Jesus. GG to them. That's what happens when you don't wait. But what about gold here? 5-minute time frame close in 4 minutes here. How are we supposed to enter gold? 1 hour time frame closed bullish. 30-minute time frame closed bearish, back in the range, still respecting 15-minute support. I feel like we need to start leaving this low here to get proper sells. But in order to leave this low, we need some sort of 5-minute close here. Otherwise, we're entering impulsively with big stop loss here. Stop loss is a bit crazy here. We're looking at 52 pips for a target of 39. Doesn't make sense risk to reward wise. Hello sir, your favorite trader sir. Are we buying or selling? Hope my students will be happy. What is closes? You need to start paying me, man, because now I'm the one giving you all information for your students. And you're the one making the money from your students. So this is how it's going to be. Dumb question, but what are base hits and what's an example? I don't know. I know base hits from video games, you know, when you hit a base, but I don't know both base hits in trading, man. So it's not a dumb question. Either me and you are both dumb, or I don't know what's going on, because I've never heard of base hits. Who's heard of base hits before? Yeah, we could always wait for a bullish candle, John, or you could use your 1 minute strats. Can the 30-minute close be considered as a fake out? It could be, but the problem is we need to break. It's all within this 1 hour candle here. So as long as we respect this 1 hour candle low now, it can still continue up, believe it or not. We need to break that low. Ideally 11 minutes, we hover here, we close below on a 15. We can run a beautiful tight stop loss here, around 25 pips. Have a target here of 39 pips, so a beautiful range. 5 minute would be the tightest we can run it right now, but 5 minute I don't like that. We don't have pullback. Wow, that's not good. That's not good. We just dumped down like that. That's a lot of empty space we could fill. Drawdown potential. So let's see. It's a crazy, that 1 minute, man. Scares me. Whenever I see that, I know that that's where I can hold drawdown. Because I'm trying to use aggressive stop loss here. I can't take this trade break of low with stop loss above this high. It makes no sense risk to reward. I just won't get paid. So I need to be able to take it with something better. And if I put my stop loss here, I only have one level of protection, which is going to be this previous range. 1 minute is just created structure now, but do I trust it is the question. Do I trust it? I don't know. I really don't know at this time. This is a tough scenario. If it just blasts here, it's going to make the decision for us. We're grabbing major liquidity here on DAX for a potential buy setup on DAX. It just doesn't make sense stop loss, man. We'll see here. How the next candle top wick opens, all of that business. Yeah, I don't have the risk to reward, guys, here. It is an aggressive entry here to take it base like this, but I have to put stops here at least 40 pips, and my target here is 36. Which is okay if I go break even fast, but that is also aggressive stop loss. On 30, how much stop loss? 55. 49 for 30-minute target. I'm just thinking how I can enter this right now. Ideally, we just wait for the 15 close 8 minutes. That would be our best case scenario. $15 structure is too aggressive. It's not. It's just, you know, we can just lose the trade if it comes up to retest. So we're just means it just comes up here and we win the trade. You know, I was hoping for a bit bigger top wick to retest this 1 minute structure, and then we flip. I was actually gonna do something like that, you know, because if gold wants to start selling higher time frame, we have so much time to sell, right? Thousands of pips we have to sell, you know. Yeah, it's just one of those scenarios that you kind of either risk it a little bit more for the biscuit, because now if it comes back to entry, you kind of have to go break even. Why? Because your stop loss is in a risky place. Right, so here I would be scared on pullbacks, because these pullbacks can be reversals here. So actually here I would be looking for potentially to go break even. Why? Because my stop loss in a risky place. So potentially here I would be out break even. Now this German news we have to worry about. We're going to start to get close to it. 7 minutes for this one. That's GJ, Joy. That's GJ. And then we have around 20 minutes. We have 20 minutes for the other one.
Harry, I've just got a question. You know about that gold trade? So basically, I was in it, and then you know when it rewrote that hour low.
Yeah.
It then came back to entry, and to be honest, I kind of got out because I was like, oh. But is that like? Would you reckon that's a good? Is it? Do you think that's too aggressive, or do you?
Depends where your stops are, man.
It was at the. It was at the top of that 15, of that the one that closed.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can hold, man. It makes total sense to hold because you have so many protection levels. You have this previous range, this 15, key level, then your stop loss comes.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a bit too aggressive, but I didn't know if that was like, because I was like, oh, it rebuilt the low.
Oh, you just have to hold it and then manage if the 15-minute candle is closing back in the range. See, the difference is, if my 15-minute candle closes back in the range and my stop loss is here, I'm out full stop loss.
Yeah.
Right? I'm out full stop loss. But with your stop up here, that's where you could start to consider to manage, right? You have so much room. So whenever you're taking, like, the only problem is, will you get your 1-to-1 in this trade? We will have to see, right? Because with that stop loss you're running, what are you running? 54 pips? You needed to do some business, come all the way down here before you get a 1-to-1, you know? So that would be the only concern in this trade apart from your management, is that concern. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, because we're so bullish on higher time frame. Everything is so bullish. Will today, or will it just be a nice retest to 4 hour and we start taking buys again? You know? I should have kept the sell stop too. What made you delete it? There had to be a reason, right? And you were decided on that reason. If that reason was not convincing enough to delete it, then it means that it was random. But if it was convincing enough, then it was fine. Start to focus on DAX. I like, Cam, my way I like to do it is whatever comes first. So if I have an entry that I've planned on a pair, and then that comes first, right? I just take that one, and then forget about the other pair. Gold is at key level? Yeah, this would be your hard break-even point now, because we hit 50, right? 50 would be, actually we hit 50 before, so this would also, so I would be out break-even actually, yeah. Wow, so this would have tapped my break-even and then continued, because 50 is a level I'm concerned about. Unless I managed it. We're getting our DAX close with the news. Let's see what's happening with DAX here. No, Dax. Don't do this to us. Don't fly. It's a pretty crazy candle, huh? Pretty crazy candle. Oh, that's what I was freaking scared about. Right? This is my point. You tap 50, you don't get your 1-to-1. And now you're sweating in drawdown. Should I hold? Should I hold? Remember, we've had no retest. So you don't know if the retest is going to survive or not. If you had the retest, if you had the pullback before the entry, once we get to 50, if we don't push through it, you know it's game over. Retest was done. Liquidity was grabbed. If it's not going down, it's not going. Now you're scared to be like, does this end up being a fake out? Does this end up being a fake out right now? Do we? But can we reject here? If we reject here, I can grab an entry. Right? I can grab an entry now, no problems. So this is where it becomes confusing, and that's why I didn't enter in the beginning, because I don't want to be in that situation with a 54 pip stop loss, having to hold drawdown, and I need price to reach all the way down here just to get a 1-to-1. We could get a wick fill though, it is possible, yes. We'll see. But let's see if you guys have been listening. I want you to write in chat. To get a wick fill right now, what do we need to see? What do we need to see happen on the next candle to get a wick fill? Big top wick, someone saying, yeah, some sort of pullback retest, right? We need the liquidity to give us that wick fill. We also have a wick fill opportunity on freaking DAX here. Let's see how both open. Man, we have both. What level are we rejecting? What level have I missed? Oh, you mean the 50 level? Yes, we are rejecting. That's why we kind of need the retest. But on DAX here, we could have something interesting. Because DAX is clean candles above here, see? Clean candles all the way up till here. Even on 15 minute, all the way up till here. So as long as it closes above this on broker here, we can get an interesting setup. Yeah, news on DAX, but news can give us the bottom wick. That bottom wick can be stop loss. Wow, look, last second closing below, man. That's why we wait for closes. Is it going to close below? Yep, it's below. Wow. So again, not following the rules, but ideally that will keep us safe. Why are you not following any other pairs? Because I like this, I like these two pairs, and it's too hectic to follow other pairs. What's 50%? I'm going to teach you how to measure the 50% level very easily. Take a candle, super easy. Take the measuring tool, take the candle from the wick to the wick. And whatever this line is in the middle of your measuring tool is 50%. No need to overcomplicate, use Fibonacci. All you have to do is use the measuring tool. That line in the middle of the measuring tool is the 50%. So you can make your life really easy like that. No need to open complicated indicators, I don't know what. Look at gold gaping. Hey man, no need to write that, man. Joking. Yeah, it's a big gap here. I wonder if it's the same on broker. Wow. That's a big boy gap, huh? What is that? 8 pips? That's decent, 8 pips, huh? 8 pips is no joke. We got our retest though. We got our retest. But this is messed up a lot here. How long for this candle to close? 3 minutes. We could get a close above here. Try to take a continuation trade. See how 1 minute structure has formed. Yeah, great 1 minute structure. We have one here forming now. All we need is a breakout above here. 15-minute time frame closing bullish. Massive liquidity grab. As long as it doesn't just rip, then we have an entry. If it rips, that's it. We call it. Nothing we can do. Get close to news. Gold is being iffy. And it's just not our day, right? Don't lose anything. Don't make anything. We come back NY, kill it. GJ is the worst price action I've ever seen. The pair is almost dead. Yeah, it is. That's why I stopped trading it. Hey man, what's your problem? Nothing, man. I'm totally chill. Are you okay? I think this belay has mental issues. Bipolar. 1 minute it's supporting. 1 minute. Something going on. Something's going on with them. So I don't know whether to ban them or not. Maybe better just ban. No time for people playing games here. We're serious traders. So now we leave a ban here. Bye bye. If there's a doubt, there's no doubt. Banned. Yeah, now we're just banning. No time. We're serious here. We're serious here. Making... Until they are sure. It's like someone thinking that they're gay, but they don't know they're gay. He's in the same situation. He doesn't know if he's gay or not. Can't make the decision. You have to be. You're either gay or you're not gay. For him, in the middle, I have a problem. Just make a decision. You're one or the other. So I chose for him, and the best solution is to say goodbye. You know? And that's it, man. Who you like better? You or legendary belay or legendary trader? Of course, legendary trader. Legendary trader I respect. Although he asks me for signals every day, he doesn't hate. And he's sharing his students always losing. So we can feel sorry for his students, you know? He's transparent. He's transparent. Exactly. He's honest, right? He's honest. And he knows what he wants. He knows his students are losing. He knows he wants a signal. So he's very happy. That's about it. John, what about me? If John wants to get toxic, we'll ban. Khalas, we'll solve it. So how about you? Did you decide if you're not gay or not? I'm not, and that's my decision. And I'm happy and final about my decision. How about you? Claudio asking me if I've made a decision. We can ask him now. Depends if he's trading ICT. If you're trading ICT, we know the real truth. We know what happened. We know what happened. You know, this is, yep, we know exactly what happened. So then all dots are aligned. I've stayed true. Claudio's, his profile pic looks very zesty. Hey man, I don't discriminate. That's up to YouTube chat to decide. Alright, gold gap down. This thing is just now messing about. Not fair, I trade ICT as well. I like watching you as well. Oh, depends, man. We give some free passes, you know. I'll give you a free pass. You're not discriminated. Oh, here we have, guys. Free as CMBM trade strategy. Daily buy and sell limits before market opens. Today's sell limit is 3755. Come to stream tomorrow, give us signal, I'll take it. If I win, I'll pay you the money from that. For now, you'll be banned. But tomorrow you come back on stream, give me the signal, I'll take it live on this account. If it loses, I will publicly defame you. No, I'm joking. But for now, you have to be banned. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Actually, I can't say that on live. I was going to say goodbye something, back to the lobby. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Back to the lobby. If you know back to the lobby, you know back to the lobby. If you don't know, I can't say on live, unfortunately. Today we have add indicator of session bias available for empty 5 and 4 for free. I think some fan did it. Some guy did it. One guy used to watch me, he already made it. If he didn't make it, we'll enter it. May I ask why you prefer break of high entry instead of entering before the break of high, lower time frame structure? Because break of high is the highest point there. If we don't break it, there's no continuation. Because you can sometimes get something like this, you know. If you imagine lower time frame structures like this, and that's the high that's made. If now we open the new candle and make a bottom wick but don't break the high, we could get this that ends up to this. And then you end up having break of structure and you have to hold this drawdown. Problem is, does this drawdown hit your stop loss? It's potential. But when we break high, there's a less chance. That means we just got a fake out, right? To have something like this where we make a new high, retrace, and then just fail. And that happens, of course, right? It's not 100% our trading. So yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to call it a session here. For me, none of my entries are triggering. DAX is now starting to get a little bit rangy because of news. And then look at gold is in the same bloody point. We haven't moved on gold. We're not going down. We're not going up. My buy plan is the same for gold. My buy plan for DAX is the same. My sell plan for DAX below here, we'll see with the news. And that's it. So make sure to show up to tomorrow. Appreciate everyone showing on today's stream. Take care. Trade sharp. And hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Much love and peace. Thank you guys. Take care. See you soon, hopefully.